Hey everybody, welcome back to another iiRcade Gamedaze Live. I'm your host, Michael, producer here at iiRcade. Of course, happy Friday everybody. See you all in the chat. I'm already clicking away, seeing things are popping off. Released 2 games this morning, right? So Tiger Heli and Evolution Soccer are both available on the store again right now. So Tiger Heli did have a small bug that we worked on fixing, so it's actually back in fixed and it is active and live right now on the store again. So I had to take it down a little bit earlier, fix it up real quick, put it back on. So it was kind of a game-breaking bug that needed to be fixed, and it kind of got it sort of fell through the weeds in the firmware update. Unfortunately, is sort of what caused it a little bit. So once we updated the system, we just didn't have time to recheck it apparently. So that kind of fell through. Sometimes things slip through the cracks with, over 300 plus titles right now. It's a lot of games, right? So my bad on that one. We do apologize, but the game is now available again on the store right now. So bug is fixed. It's all good to go. You won't get caught up at the tank boss is really where that was happening. So awesome. So glad that was fixed really fast. So things work out sometimes. Otherwise, how's everybody doing? Happy Friday. In the chat, my normal crowd plus some others. Welcome any newcomers that have joined. I'm an okay host, I guess, sometimes. But yeah, let's get things started with some games, right? So I've actually, for once, it's been a while, right, that I've actually played games live in front of you, right? So I'm actually going to do that again today. So let's first break it down with Tiger Heli, right? Now that it's fixed and good to go back on the store again, let's get Tiger Heli going, right? Let me jump over here real quick. So I'll actually switch it to my other screen, right? So I'll add this guy stream. Perfect. All right, there we go. Looking good. Let me know if it's a little too loud. It's hard for me to hear because everything's muted, honestly, for me on my side. So if it's too loud for you guys, let me know and I can turn it down. So this is Tiger Heli, right? So this is another Toaplan Tatsujin shooter coming to you. This is actually one of the first in the series. We've also got Twin Cobra right after this. And this is actually the same makers who did Truxton immediately after Twin Cobra. So they took what they learned from these 2 games and put them into Truxton. So which we, of course, released last week. A lot of you are having fun with that, chasing my score on the leaderboards. Somebody finally beat me, I saw. So here we go. This is Tiger Heli. Let me see my 1/4 run right now. Volume good. We're all good. Turn it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, we're off to a great start here. Well, I'm starting to talk. So this one does have an auto-fire mechanism in it as well, of course. It's not very kind of cheap all the time. Well done, but pretty good. It does it. Of course, any other classic shooter, you got bombs. This game actually has an auto bomb mechanic as well too. When you're in a very tough situation, sometimes you don't want the auto bomb. Fire out. I kind of play pretty close to the bullets a lot of times, honestly, in bullet hells. More shot. Actually, this is definitely a shot to I should say. Great guys. Kind of mixed between. Tiger Heli did release as well too, a lot of you on Nintendo Entertainment System back in the day. However, this is a classic arcade version. This is not the Nintendo Entertainment console version. This is the arcade version of the game. So in case you're playing it back, you remember playing it back in the day, it seemed a little bit different from what you remember. That could be why. So for this game, actually, there's not a lot of differences. It's pretty much identical to the console version as well as the arcade version. This is the console version though. Truxton, we do have the arcade version as well too, but a lot of people have it confused with the Sega Master System Genesis version, which is a little different. The color palette's a little off because the Genesis Master System couldn't quite hack it compared to the arcade machine. All right, there we go. Tight spot on me on that one. One more left for me to go. Tiger Heli is a great system again now. So excited that we finally pulled it off. There's my auto bomb. I actually did not fire that bomb. That actually went off on its own because it's a very tight spot. So that happens sometimes. Good soundtrack, good audio. This game too. Trying to not show you too many of my tactics for getting on the leaderboards right now. There you have it. So this is Tiger Heli, right? Let me actually come back over to you all. Put this one backstage a little bit here. There you go. Now I'll actually lean over, right? Cool. So it's Tiger Heli. It's available in store right now. And we do also have licensed Twin Cobra, which is the sequel to this. There's also a game called Twin Hawk that we have licensed. Don't be confused. Twin Cobra is the sequel to Tiger Heli. Twin Hawk is unrelated to the series in general, right? So again, if you're a fan of Truxton, which we just released last week too, this is sort of the original predecessor to it. So if you're into more classic style games, this is definitely it too. Truxton's clearly also a classic style game, but this is just a little bit earlier on, right? So this is what led them into Truxton. Any questions? Any questions on Tiger Heli? Anything I can answer for you about Total Plantagen, things like that? Leaderboards, no. There's no global leaderboards for Tiger Heli, unfortunately, right? So Truxton out the gate had them. Tiger Heli does not have them, unfortunately, right now. That might change in the future. Don't know right now. Again, some of these games, these older arcade games especially, the more back you get, the harder it is sometimes with leaderboards just because the files honestly just don't exist. It's not programmed the exact same way that we would do things today for modern game development, or even honestly for like 90s era game development or 80s, if you get to the 70s and stuff too. But like early 80s is very different than late 80s kind of thing for development cycles and stuff too. So it's just hard to pull those files. They exist somewhere. It's hard to really find them, get them out there, and make them readable, essentially, is really the problem. So we'll work on it. I promise you that. But we'll see. For now, Tiger Heli, local only. So invite your buddies over, have a good time. Things are sort of winding now with regulations and stuff, maybe, at least in some here in Chicago there. But, have fun, be safe. Knocking it out of the park, thank you. Question, Truxton 2 release date. You'll have to stay tuned in this year to find out. It will release, I'll give you that one. It'll release this year. How about that? So, yes, now that Truxton 1 is out especially, you can look forward to Truxton 2 coming out at some point on the iiRcade. And again, we've got more and more games coming out in these upcoming weeks, right? So Q1, still Q1. Remember that too. Plenty of games this year. Slow and steady right now. Plus, again, of course, we're always trying to get new licenses, things like that. Those take a lot of time, right? So right now we're releasing these games that are getting fixed from last year, right? They're a little backlogged from last year. So we promise them coming. Don't you worry. But yes, of course, we're always getting new games too. All right. On the store, it says leaderboard. Yes, I know. Papa Brad, sorry. That was a mistake earlier on in the day. I did correct that, so it no longer says that on the store. So I do apologize about that. Again, there's a lot of games I got to go through, everybody. So sometimes my brain doesn't work too well during the day, right? I need some coffee. Actually, it's not a coffee day. It is a seltzer day, actually, which isn't big for me, but something different, right? No coffee today, weirdly enough for me. Tiger Heli's great. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. All right, we can move on to the next game. That's awesome. Oh, I do see some other questions here. Oh, how do I connect? This is an easy one, actually, for me. Joe Jarvis, if you're brand new here, welcome to the family. Glad to have you. So super, super easy. So your stand package actually came with 4 hand screws that go in from the top to essentially little holes, right? So they're big holes, I should say, really. So on the stand, you'll see 4 holes on the very top piece. Those are the feet of the bar top actually slot directly into those, so you can just pop them right in. So that's pretty supportive right there too. And then you'll have to take off the back of the bar top and just hand screw those 4 little slots in. You'll see them right in there. You can't miss them. They're the only thing that's in there. And just tighten them down real quick too. Put the back on. You're good to go. Then you can lift it up from there too if you want to. It's not going to come apart. Those hand screws are extremely solid. So no worries there. We designed this machine to be very solid for those kind of reasons, right? So yep, that's how you do that. Hand screws are just with the stand packaging specifically. And then you just pop off the back of the bar top, put them in there, lock it in. Good to go. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. Trust me on that one. If I can build it, you can build it. Though I built this whole thing, in fairness, right? So I'm doing okay. My building skills are improving this year. Dodonpachi is a fantastic shooter. We have not announced that that's licensed, but yes, I do know of Dodonpachi, so don't you worry about that one. Samurai Slowdown. That's a good name too. I like that one. All right. Honestly, yeah. God, this is a bug from 1991, 100% authentic. Yes, that is true, actually. This bug was fixed in a later date, which is kind of cool. So part of history this morning, I guess. Yeah, totally planned out. 100%. That's what I meant to do. All right. Let's jump into the next game, right? So, of course, Tiger Heli came out today. We've also got Evolution Soccer, which is another one that people were waiting on. So let me put myself back in the live stream here. There you go. So this game, fantastic background, honestly, too. But it's a really, really good soccer game, or football if you're listening from the UK, right? So if you like soccer games, this is the one to pick up 100%. Games like Goal, Big Strike, and you like those games, this game is above those, in my opinion. It just came out later, goes down the line too. It's a more crisp version of this game, but this feels honestly on the machine, like actual playing soccer, right? So it feels less robotic and more natural. If that makes sense. Special moves to play, that you can find out. It's really cool. How's the volume? Is it good? Can you guys hear? Is it too loud? I know this game has wind in the background nonstop. All right, I will turn it down. Thank you, Shampoo Swan. I'll turn it down a bit there. Better? Hopefully that's better. Oh, I'm already going to lose this game. So you can slide tackle, things like that too. Lots of fouls, power shots, corner kicks. But yeah, if you're a fan of like FIFA and things like that, this is as close as you're going to get for sure, for an arcade experience especially. Here you go. So it is a 4-button game, but you're mostly going to be using A and B, typically. So A is going to be your normal pass and kick. Honestly, it's really just a kick. You do have to aim your passes, by the way. It doesn't just automatically go to another player. You do have to actually kick to where you want to go. That's why this is a little bit more realistic than something like Goal. But if you like the simplicity of that, go for it, right? Play the games that you want. Whole point system. There's a power shot for him. Fortunately, that's the computer, not me. Digging into me right now. So with B, you can actually kick harder. A is a softer kick for passing usually, but it's also going to be your power shots for goals. This guy. So maybe I'll pass with this guy here. I don't mess it up. So you can see I'm very, very good at this game, clearly. I was actually doing pretty okay yesterday. What's going on here? So power shots can actually kick your goalie into the goal as well, too. So you can see there, good tutorials, short kick, ground kick, and punt. Let's punt it up the field. Let's see if I can at least score 1 goal right now. Okay, that'd be awesome. This game is real hard. There's no power shots. If this goalie would, there we go. All right. Perfect. All right. So that is Evolution Soccer. I'll come back over here. I know I really need I need an announcer, like a soccer announcer, like a football announcer that can just do all that stuff for me. That'd be a fun one. Maybe one day we'll do a fun episode like that. But thank you. So yeah, so that's Evolution Soccer. It's available right now on the store. So cool. That's it, right? That's all we got today, right? That's it, of course. Any questions on Evolution Soccer? Games that came out in the past too. Truxton last week. One of my favorite games. If you saw that, I'm top of the leaderboards and now second place. I'm coming back for the #1 spot though. Just saying. And Corrupt Neuron, if you're watching, I got you. I got you on this game at least. It's the one game that I can beat that guy in. All right. So let's move on. So a couple announcements actually too on top of the games today, right? So Tiger Heli's back on the store. So if you didn't catch the earlier couple minutes, the first minute of the show too, Tiger Heli is available back on the store. Bug is squashed. Bug is fixed. It's good to go. It's back online. Yeah, Truxton is amazing, by the way. If you haven't played Truxton from last week, get Truxton. Tiger Heli is its predecessor. Grab Tiger Heli if you want the more classic one too. Tiger Heli is a very different game than Truxton is too. So Tiger Heli is very much a sort of more of a memorization game. Truxton's more of a memorization mixed with things popping out at you like jump scares essentially, right? So that's, part of the design, how things improve, which is kind of cool. Yeah, Truxton's a must buy for sure. But other announcements, right? So you get my handy dandy cards here a little bit here. So first things first, in case you didn't notice it, Mayhem Brawler pre-order. Oh, 1 second actually. So Mayhem Brawler pre-order is on the store right now. So it ends on Sunday. So after Sunday, this cabinet's no longer available. So we've already hit our max for manufacturing, and then we're going to manufacture a little bit more depending on who wants to buy one still. So if you do love this cabinet, it's a beautiful skin, of course. Who doesn't love this cabinet? If you do love it, this is it. Now's the time to pick up. It's going to be gone Sunday. So you have until Sunday to pick this up. All right. So on top of that, let's see. Sorry, my brain is all over the place today, right? So on top of, wow, I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, nicknames. There we go. I'm so sorry. I should have pulled out my other note cards. So nicknames. So in case you didn't know, nickname is part of the iiRcade ecosystem. It's essentially like a gamer tag on Xbox or a PSN ID, essentially things like that, right? So it's your identification for leaderboards currently, for global leaderboards, and going forward with online gameplay. It will also be your unique ID, right? So because of that, especially for the leaderboards too, honestly, we need to start locking those in, right? So just like other systems, other console platforms especially, you're going to now be locked into that nickname. So if you do want to change it, you're going to have until the end of the month. So the last day of March until April 1st. And then once April 1st hits, we're locking it off. So on your account, you can no longer change it on your own without talking to us, right? So we're not going to do that all the time, right? So make sure that you do have the nickname that you want. Okay, they are unique. If you don't, change it now, essentially too. Hopefully it's available. So with everybody on the system right now too, but do make sure that you have it there. And also if it's not appearing on your system itself, that's sort of a bug from earlier days, right? So when nickname got added in, this was months and months and months ago now too, right? It was a newer feature, maybe 8 months ago, 8 months ago, sounds about right, maybe last summer, I think. So when this rolled around, we didn't have some of these features in, right? So global leaderboards and online especially, right? These weren't in yet. So because of that, there's a little bit of issues still kind of mulling around too. Do be sure that if your nickname does not appear, if you go to settings information on your iiRcade, specifically on your device. So actually, I'm sorry, I'm pointing to mine that's right here on your iiRcade device. Cool. Make sure that your nickname in settings information does actually show up. If it's not showing up, just simply go to the store. So iiRcade.store. That's how you access the store. And also, if you're on an Android phone, we'll download an app automatically instead, just iiRcade.store. So go there, top left corner, use the drop down, go to your account, and then set nickname, right? So it has a little change button, super easy too. So change it to something else entirely, and then change it right back real quick too to the name that you want. It should then appear on your screen. So if it's not appearing in your settings information on the device itself, try to do this. That should kick in instantaneously too. It's right there, right? So again, that's just due to previous software on the systems that we just weren't anticipating how this feature would work, honestly, at the time when it came out. So live and learn, right? So we do have other catch-alls that are coming in place as is, right, in the current versions of the software too. But just in case that's still happening to you, do make sure that your nickname shows up under settings information. If not, it won't show up on leaderboards. It won't show up in games. It's got to be logged into the machine right there, right? So that's how you do it. Just change it really quick. Otherwise, good to go. So remember, nicknames will be locked in April 1st. So very last day of March, really. I shouldn't say April 1st, the very last day. So March 31st, get them in by then. If you want to change it, now is the time, right? So make sure everybody knows. We'll put out some more posts and stuff like that too, every single week, a little bit about this too, just to keep reminding you guys. But just do make sure that you're locked into it. So, because after that, we're going to take away the feature to change it. So, and again, this is due to leaderboard issues mainly, just to make sure that names are there and online, right? So, but yeah, it's important for people to see you on the leaderboards too with your name, right? So you can't just change all the time. That makes no sense. All right. Any questions on that? Any questions on software? Scrolling through the chat. I probably missed a lot of questions in the chat while I'm talking. Okay, cool. No, good. Easy enough. I like it. It's an easy day for me. Look, green screen, Papa. This? Are you talking about behind me? No, this is real. This is a real space that I built. Oh, sorry, I kicked my camera. You can see the wires behind me, but yeah. No, this is all real. This is physical. I'm here. I'm in person. Wall behind me and everything. This is all. I built this the other day for a photo shoot. So this is our new studio space. I don't like green screens. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I've never been a big fan. So I like the in-person real thing, right? So let me fix my camera real quick because I kicked it there. I get excited. I'm sorry. There we go. But yeah, this is real. I literally built this whole thing behind me, and it's actually hardwood below us right now too. So we did the floor and stuff too. It was awesome. It's not computer generated. Sure, if it's computer generated, then so am I. So just awesome. Yes, my great nickname extortion plan begins April 1st. Sure, that's 100% at AP Ryan. No, but seriously though, do be sure that your nicknames are in and good to go, and they're showing up on your device, again, in settings information. If not, change it real quick on the store and change it back. You're good to go. Cool. And if there's any issues after that, then we'll deal with them ourselves, essentially. But it does make you now sign up with that in your account as well. So there you go. All right. Anything new about Jukebox mode? Nothing right now new about Jukebox. So clearly a lot of our eggs are stacked into a couple different baskets. 1, games licensing. 2, software. 4, online play, right? So that's really where we're at right now too. Takes a lot. Takes a lot of work. So we'll get there. Don't you worry. Updated Jukebox. Yeah, I'm sure at some point, right? It still says beta on it. It's been there for a while, but yeah, we'll give it some love. We'll give it some love sometime this year, probably. I should say definitely this year, honestly. I would expect that. I heard the cab is real pre-order soon. Yes, the cab is real. The cabs have been real since people played them at CES. People did see them in person at CES and touch them and play on them and everything like that too. And some people even thought the sound was so good that they had JBL sound already included in them at CES and they didn't yet. So there you go. Your sound is literally that good as that one is right now. Well, not this one now, but the ones at CES. I know Q1's almost over. Don't you worry about me. Anyway, let's get on to more stuff, right? So we covered nicknames. We covered Tiger Heli. We covered Evolution Soccer. Covered Truxton, honestly, a little bit too. And we've also covered that Mayhem Brawler pre-order for the cabinet. If you do want one, that's it. It ends on Sunday. So you have until Sunday night to purchase and pre-order Mayhem Brawlers. That design, it goes away after that. Cool. Just so you know. So in case anybody else is looking to pick one up and your friends and stuff, now's the time. If that's the cab that they want, that's it. So, and it's a beautiful cab. I love that cab. If you like comic books, plus that game's amazing. And it's included. The game is included on that cab for $5.99. It also includes free shipping. So it's literally $5.99 whole cost for the thing. So it's 11 games plus Mayhem. So it's a pretty sick deal. Plus the artwork is just outstanding. But I have another surprise for you, right? So some of you were asking about this earlier. I saw actually on the community groups too, which was awesome. So I'm excited to show this one off. So let me get this going here. Let me actually switch over to my other screen and I'll just show it. I won't even no announcement videos or anything like that too. Let's just drop it like it's hot right now. So this, as you can see, is Montezuma's Revenge. Let me actually walk over here real quick. Sorry about that. Fix the studio thing. So this is Montezuma's Revenge. So this is a game that we showed off before too. Zhang actually did with the developer, which is awesome. So this is the same game as the original, but with a modern version as well too. So you can play in both retro and modern modes in this game, as you can see. I can go back and forth. So you can play in the old version. It's actually an Atari version as well too. But yeah, or you can play in the new modern version, right? So same exact game either way, just like if you played Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap on iiRcade. The game itself has both a retro and a modern version, and it's 1-to-1 gameplay-wise. It's just, it looks prettier, it sounds better, right? So that's the main difference here. So let's actually go. You guys want me to play modern or you want to play retro? Let me know what you want in the chat. Tell me modern or retro right now. We'll take a little vote here. I don't want to do a little thing, but let's see. Somebody give me an opinion. I want this one. That doesn't count as modern or retro. Modern or retro? Modern or retro? All right, modern. We got it. First vote said we're going modern. But cool. So you do have 9 levels in this game, right? Each one gets increasingly harder. Difficulty. We're on level 1 right here too. So this game is very much an exploratory game too. You don't have any really attacks and stuff like that too. You just jump. So keep that in mind. So most of the time you're running from things. So you're dodging, dipping, diving around, dodging again. We got a key. Let's go in the door. Got 2 little skulls. Crystal skull, these metal skulls. Snakes. Oops, let's not hit that because I found a button. Right, hop the snakes, gather the gems. And of course, there is fall damage in this game. And I forget that every single time that I play this game. So yes, there is fall damage. Don't fall off the ledges. Don't be like me. Fire is bad. Of course, as always, fire is bad. So as you can see, there we go. I'm not going to die this time. Of course, I'm going to die this time. Why would I not die? All right, let's go from the right side. I'm great at this game, clearly. Super, super good right now. Gosh, guys. I don't know what's happening to me. I can't play right now. Fine, we'll go to the left. No, we won't go to the left. So this is generally going to be my experience with the game right now. Until I get good. No, can't do that jump. So Montezuma's Revenge, you are exploring the ruins of a temple, collecting things, and eventually finding the keys and making your way through and back outside. So you can see there's different color keys as well too. So the top left, you can see I've got a silver key now and a red key. There's also, I think, blue keys and green keys. I can't go through this door right now. I'm trying not to die again. I'm trying to be very, no, of course I overjump. Super good at this game. Let's go back up. This room does not seem like my room, right? Let's deal with this snack again. There we go. Go left because wow. Very good of me. So there are also other enemies in this game too. Of course, the snakes, there's bats. The rooms do get dark as well too. Like they get to pitch black levels. Here's a weapon finally. There we go. There's some stuff. Use that later on. All right, more fire. Gosh, why is there just so much fire in temples? Like that's the golden rule, right? Fire. There's bats that take you away. As you can see, there's these doors right here with the lightning. Yeah. All right. I'll leave it there. Beautiful looking artwork right there. Of course, that statue. It's awesome. I'll come back to you guys here. So that's me playing Montezuma's Revenge very terribly, clearly. So yeah, so Montezuma's Revenge, and of course we announced that. But today, however, we're going to release it, right? So doing this real quick here. You know, I'm like server master at this point on the admin side of things. So those of you who are waiting on Montezuma's Revenge, it's actually going to be available right about now. So Montezuma's Revenge is now available on the store today. Pick it up. It's a very, very low-cost game, actually, too, which is amazing. So literally less than the price of a Starbucks coffee. Even a small cup of coffee at Starbucks costs more than this, honestly. So pick it up. It's a great game to enjoy. It's a classic game, especially, too. It sparked a lot of other classic games, honestly, which is fantastic. So it's part of history, right? That's why some of these games are really fun to play like that, just because they're literally a part of history, right? So, and it's cool that we get access to these kind of games. So I love it. If you want to play the retro as well, too, the retro is exactly how it used to be. Back if you played it on, oh my gosh, before computers barely even existed, or if you played on Atari, same exact game. If you want to play the modern game, same exact thing, just looks and sounds different, right? So, but the retro does have both the retro sound as well as the retro graphics. So there you go. Controls are all the same. Questions, comments, concerns. Montezuma's Revenge. Yeah, it's available right there on top of the store right now. So yes, this game is $2.99, just like Steam, just like every other platform right now that it's available on. So there you go. Big shout out if you guys didn't meet the developer. He was actually on an episode with John when we announced this game as well too. So you can watch that one. Feels like getting back on track in March. Ronsky, I'd say so, because Truxton honestly is a big hit and I love it. So, and I'm glad that people are finally able to chase leaderboards with me. So there's plenty more action coming in the month of March even too. So, and of course, Q1 for online play, right? So I'm sure there's some people in the chat holding me to that right now. Where's my countdown? Kevret's here. Where is my countdown, Kevret, for days that I have left in Q1 before online? Because I feel like you give it to me every week right now. I'm actually asking. I honestly don't know. So, yeah, see, there we go. All right. Questions on I always want to say Sydney Hunter, but Sydney Hunter is a game based off of, these classic games like that too. So Montezuma's Revenge. There we go. But yes, I would love questions on Montezuma's Revenge that I can ask. Actually, I do have a fun little graphic for you that our QA team has found. So the maps is 27 days. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. 27 days. Perfect. Just about 100%. CT Jason, thank you for the support. Developer, thanks you, I'm sure, too. It's a great game, honestly. Montezuma's Revenge is fun. So again, it's that historical factor especially gets me, right? It's not a nostalgia for me, right? Because I wasn't even around back then for some of these games, but it's still like, I love games. So like, it's a part of my history, my timeline for games that I want to check these things out. So So this is a cool little map, though. So Montezuma's Revenge, again, it's Mine Ruins, right? So you're going into the temple and you're going down and down and down, and it gets deeper and darker each time. So what's cool is that each level is actually designed like a pyramid, right? So just like a Mayan pyramid, Mayan temple. So you start at the very top there. That's actually the first room. And then you can see you can work your way kind of down there too. So every single level, all 9 levels are built in this exact style and fashion, which is really cool, I think. So kind of awesome level design too. And of course, it starts bright at the top level. And then as you go descending into those lower levels, it gets dark and dark and dark and pitch black eventually, right? So different enemies, different mob types, different traps, different things to pick up. So just really cool level design, honestly, especially for like way back when like games were barely an existent thing, honestly. Like they were just starting to get big and stuff. That's beautiful level design, honestly. Super smart people. All right. Any other questions on Montezuma's Revenge? And yes, of course. Pick it up on store right now, along with Tiger Heli and also Evolution Soccer, so which honestly is one of my favorite soccer games for arcades. So super well worth it. If you like soccer games, it's a no-brainer. All right. Rob Yeager is who you're talking about. Robert Yeager, yes. So Rob Yeager did make this entire version of the game, right? So yes, Rob Yeager is the father of Montezuma, which is awesome. So if he's watching right now, shout out to Rob. Talked to him a little bit this morning about releasing it, which is awesome. I don't know if there's other things coming on later in this game. As far as I know, this is the most updated version of the game that there is. So if there are things, I might not even know about them yet. Thanks for reminding me I'm old. That's my job, right? To remind everybody that they're old too. I'm not that young myself, so I know I got a baby face, but trust me on that one. Let's see. Bundle games. Steve. All right, here. So Steve is asking, do you see most licensing being individual games, or will there be bundled games? For example, Taito had a silver anniversary cabinet that has Space Invaders and Quicks together. Kicks, sorry. I say Quicks a lot. I don't know why it's Kicks. So right now, no plan for bundles currently, really. We do think about these things nonstop, I'm telling you that. A lot of people just don't want bundles, right? It kind of goes against our a la carte system because sometimes people purchase games, they just don't want to have to like pay for things that they just don't want to pay for, essentially, right? So if we release, say, right, so like Raston's a good series, right? So Raston 1, 2, and 3. Maybe we could bundle them together in some fashion too, but not everybody wants that all the time too. Some people don't want Raston 2 and they just want 1 and 3. Some people want them all. Some people just want 3. Some people just want 1. So we kind of steer clear for bundles for now. We'll see. Again, as the games library keeps growing and growing all the time, we do look into this stuff nonstop. So maybe later down the road, you'll see some bundles, but who knows? For now, not quite yet. All right. Who would want to fight? Sydney Hunter or Pedro? His name's not Pedro. Okay. Any quiet? Wow. If you're doing questions, do me a favor, put a bunch of asterisks or question marks in front of it so I can clearly see them. Because I know there's more. I just keep missing them. And sometimes they just don't get posted in chat, unfortunately, right? So pushing a little over half an hour here too. Don't have anything else for you guys today too. You know, popping on for Tiger Heli, for Montezuma's Revenge release, of course, too. Tell you guys about nicknames and the lockdown for nicknames coming soon, and the purpose for it. And then, of course, Evolution Soccer, as well as Mayhem Brawlers cabs are done after Sunday. So, and then we start manufacturing them, and then we get them out to you, which is awesome. Do keep in mind, too, man, shipping is rough right now. So shipping lanes are a nightmare, right? In case it wasn't bad enough in holiday season, now we've got wars going on, right? So things get delayed. Please be a little patient on things like that too. Mayhem Brawlers, or not Mayhem Brawlers, but MFL, if you didn't get the update too, MFL should be here very shortly. We're just waiting on trucks, I believe, at this point. So I think they're finally docked in the harbor. They're berthed. So they should be in U.S. soil, which is awesome. Finally, they're not just sitting on the ocean anymore. They're actually unloaded, as far as I know. So MFL cabinets, if you did get one and you've been patiently waiting this entire time, thank you so much. They're coming very soon. So stay tuned on that. You should be getting, what shipping notices and things like that shortly. How long? Here we go. Mikey J's got a good question. How long did Montezuma's take you to beat? This is one game I haven't beaten yet, actually. So there you go. I don't know. I can ask my QA team. I'll ask them later. How about that? So, but it should take some time. I think like for a first playthrough, if you're not used to the game itself too, it's going to take a couple hours for sure. It does have a save system and everything like that too. You can continue on from specific levels, right? So you can hop in from level 1. After level 1, you unlock level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So there's 9 total levels. Each one is increasingly hard in difficulty. So there you go. So up to you, but I would say at least a few hours for sure too, which is ridiculous for $2.99. That's insane. I love it. Let's see. Brooklyn Menace, not quite sure what you're talking about, but thank you, I guess, too. Michael's video didn't do it justice. It looks amazing. System. I don't know what video you're talking about, too. And did I make the video? I don't know if I did. So honestly, if you're seeing most of my videos, they're probably in advertising stuff. All right. Yes, I am 63 years old. That's right. No bundles, please. We'll see. Again, we won't say no to bundles. So Steve had a great question. That's totally a fair question. I understand it. We'll see. Will the iiRcade, so Steps Gaming, welcome. So I watched your 10-yard fight last night, actually, too. So thank you for that stream. I watched everybody. Remember that. I always do. I just like to watch everything. Plus, I got a code all the time, too. So I'm just like, I got to put something on the background. So I pay attention while I'm coding. It's fun. But yeah, so will the iiRcade get the DLC content for Retromania Wrestling? Yes, that's still slated for us. When it will come, I can't really tell you that, honestly. We'll see. It's being worked on, though, yes. That is Retromania, still developing that. I believe their DLC is actually only released on PC and hasn't even hit consoles yet. Don't quote me on that, but that sounds right. All right. Any other questions? Pressing questions? I'll probably take 3 more questions. Let's do 3 more questions today. Call it a day. Good to go. Let you guys go play. Let you people chase my score on Truxton, especially too. I'm going to stay up at the top. Trust me. If I'm not the number 2, I'm going back up. I'm telling you that too. How long's the online? 40 laps. We still said Q1. It's still Q1. So the plan is still Q1 unless we announce delays. We have not announced any delays. Q1 is not over until the end of March. So stay tuned on that. It's getting real close, right? 27 days is what I'm told. All right, 2 more questions. All right. Yeah, I can't answer anything more for online, unfortunately, right now. But again, when it is ready to roll out, it's going to be a slow rollout, right? We want to make sure this is done right. So we don't want a whole jumbled mess of things. We need to do a good foundation that we can build on, a few games at a time, and then a few more games, and a few more games, and a few more games. That's how we'll do it, and rolling out different features with it as well, too, of course, throughout the year, especially. So this will release in a very kind of alpha basic state so that you guys can play and connect with each other in the community and, play some games together. And then after that, we'll keep continuing to progressively roll out more and more games and likely either a 2-week or a monthly cadence. Not quite sure yet. We'll see as far as game rollouts go. And maybe we'll announce a game schedule for release for online for, which games are going to come in the next set, essentially, to a couple of batches forward. So you know what you're looking forward to, essentially, too. If there's a game that you really want, maybe it'll be coming up in there, too, and you can look forward to that. But if not, still highly encourage you to check out a lot of these games, especially for the online. We're doing some really banging titles right out the gate for a reason, right? Because a lot more people have some of these games, and so we're sort of basing it off that a little bit for now. So it helps us, right? So, yeah. We want to do it right. We want it to work. It's a big thing. I don't give you something broken. And it's just frustrating to play. Nobody wants that. Brady Goats. Does Montezuma's Revenge have the retro and updated graphics in the same game? Yes, it does. So the only caveat, so you can actually switch this at any point, like outside of gameplay. Right. So if you're on level 3 and you want to switch from retro to modern, you can do that. And then you can continue on at level 3 if you want to, or vice versa. It also has a couple of other options in there too for screen changes and stuff too. So play around with those. However, no, that's it. So the only really caveat, it's not the same as like if you played Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap on our system, where you have 2 buttons to actually swap intermediate, like immediately to retro or modern for audio and graphics. This one, you do have to back up to the menus, but not a huge deal. Most people prefer to play one way or the other, but yes, you can play both and you can switch at any time for Montezuma's Revenge. So great question. Retro modern available 100% out the gate for you. Has MFL game been officially shelved? No, it's where it's been since we last announced it, right? So MFL is just on it's an indefinite delay right now. So until there's a bug fixed, that is a third-party bug, can't do anything about it. So it's just unfortunate. That's how it goes sometimes. The license is still there, though. If that's what you're asking. Yes, it's still there. This is a fun. There's a fun one in chat that I'm not going to put up because I don't put up other companies or anything like that in chat. I make it a hard rule not to do that. But there's, I wish I could comment back on this one because it's a fun one. Let's see here. Let's see, one more. Let's see here. Okay, here's a fun one. It's a fun one. The answer is sort of yes. I think about these things all the time. But so Samurai Showdown is asking, with companies like Limited Run Games, have you guys thought of releasing with their arcade titles as limited versions? So I mean, yeah, sure. That's like cool stuff to think about, of course, but depends on how it fits into like our business model as a company and things like that, right? So we're an a la carte console arcade system, right, for homes. So that's sort of what we stay to. Maybe things like that in the future. Who knows? Again, it's a big year for iiRcade. We're gonna have some fun stuff this year, things that nobody knows about yet. So of course, but yeah, those are fun ideas to play with. We don't know. It always depends on if it makes sense for both us and for the developers and everything like that too, right? So all the parties involved got to get on board and make sure it's a good idea for everybody, right? So that's a big part of licensing in general. Honestly, it's just making sure it's the right fit for everyone. Okay. I said 3 more questions. I see there's more questions. Of course, after I answer questions, there's more questions. Okay. I'll take 3 more. This is it. 3 more for the day, and then I got to get back to work. Let's see. Nick's got an interesting question here. So Nick Sparrow, how easy to transfer games to a new cab if I sell the old one? So super easy. So the account itself is yours for life, right? So that is non-transferable. So the account itself, just like an account on a Nintendo Switch or like a Microsoft Xbox or a Sony PlayStation, same exact thing, right? Those games are tied to your account, to your email and things like that too. It's tied to you, right? So the games themselves can come and go with you. So if you have multiple cabs or if you sell your cab and then you purchase a new one, right? So if I have a Dragon's Lair cab, the current generation, right? And then I want to switch to our new iteration of the cab when it releases, you can do that. Super simple, right? So all you're going to do is log in on the new cabinet and then just download your games again and install your games again. That's it. So super easy. You'll get a new tab that'll say device 2 or whatever it is too. If you do sell a cab, however, if you want to transfer that way, not a huge issue. If you notice in account devices, you can actually put remove device, and that'll actually remove all of your account information, your Wi-Fi login, your actual passwords and everything like that too. That all gets removed, as well as the games that are associated specifically with your account. So the other games on the system will stay there. So that's actually a really good feature that we've had in since day one for this exact purpose, right? For people rotating cabs like that. So yes, if you go to devices, you can actually remove the device. Super good if you're going to get rid of a cab, do it that way too, to just remove all your stuff from it. So there's also system reset, but I highly advise doing remove device first for your own accounts and stuff like that, and then doing a system reset if you'd like to. So it's not totally necessary. But yep, and then after that, yeah, you just log in on the new cab. Games are yours. You just reinstall them again. That's it. So unfortunately, save data is not cloud data currently. So those saves will go away. But again, most of these are arcade games, so the only real save data you're looking at most of the time is scores. So, but otherwise, it's a new opportunity for you to get higher scores again or to replay games that you loved. So, all right. 2 more questions. It was a fun question. That's good. It's good to know. Like at the Dragon's Lair. Yeah, people, every time I show people the Dragon's Lair cab behind me, they're like, I want that one now, right? Soon, this may be available for you, right? For pre-order, really. Okay. Yeah, everybody's doing 10-yard fight videos right now. I'm excited because I used to be the top of the leaderboard for a while too. I think Bill from Bash is real high up still. Yeah, we play that game. That game is simple and fun. It's great. Let's see here. Got one for Gordon here. Okay, question. Going forward, will Fridays be the only weekday we can expect releases, or will we still see the occasional Tuesday or Wednesday? So right now, it's just me. It's probably just Fridays, honestly, too. That just all depends on the games and things that are coming out. But typically, the cadence has always been Fridays. So Tuesday has only ever been a special kind of game release, too, that we focus on, right? Like really big high-end titles, typically, that just kind of everybody knows. Or like people, highly anticipated titles, I should say, is a good way to put it. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, mostly we're still sticking to the cadence of Fridays right now. Let's see here. All right, one more question. Last question of the day for Gamedaze. Let's go. Let's make it a good one. Let's make it a game-related question maybe, right? This is Gamedaze. I do know these games, everybody. And I'll see you on the Truxton leaderboard, I'm telling you that. I'm number 2. I got to take my spot back this weekend maybe if I have time. Let's see. Of course, I can't talk about unlicensed games right now, too. The Truxton War has begun. Yes, thank you. Get on those boards. I love that game. That game is fun. It's just a blast, honestly. Let's see. Montezuma's games, plus the 2. Yeah, Montezuma's Revenge, Evolution Soccer, and Tiger Heli, all available on the store today, were released. Yep. I got no good questions. I got no new questions. I'm good to go. Is that it? Okay, I'll go back to my work day. That makes me sad, but you know. Maybe we'll see. I see some other things here too. Can't really talk about the new models, especially for pricing, because again, we're figuring that stuff out still too, or else we would have released it to you already, right? So it just takes some time a little bit too, but yeah, getting close. I'll put it that way. We're getting very close to the new cabs. So you can expect to see them, information and things about them soon. Let's just say soon. And soon enough is not soon enough. I know. I know you want more games. I know you want specific games too. I see those questions in the chat. Not going to answer them right now because, of course, my answer is going to be I can't talk about games we haven't licensed yet or current ongoing deals that we might have in place, right? So somebody also asked if we had Dragon's Lair exclusive. We do not. We just worked very closely with Don Bluth Company, and we did a bang-up job on the game, honestly. So not toot our own horns, but Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace on the system, flawless. Let's see. Do you need an app for the phone? I'll take care of this one. Okay, this is a good one. Vincent, and for all of you newcomers especially too, it's a great question. Do you need an app on the phone? You do not. So currently the app is only Android based. The reason for that is that it's not available on Google Play Store or in the Apple Store, right? The Mac Store. I don't even know anymore. I don't own any Apple products anymore at this point, which is weird. Yeah, so they're not available there. It's just that if you have an Android device, that it'll automatically just download the app instead, because it's easier for the system, because we have the APK already there available. If not, though, doesn't matter. If it's not an Android phone, if it's any other type of phone, honestly, too, not just Apple, but like any type of phone, no, you can just do the browser-based version. It's totally fine, too. And you can do that on your computer, too, or your tablet, or wherever you can connect to the internet and get to a web browser is really on your TV, on your smart TV. You might be able to do it. So, yeah, and it's just iiRcade.store. Is actually the best way to get there. It's not some weird convoluted thing. A lot of people type, I think it's iiRcade.com/store or something like that too. No worries. iiRcade.store does get you automatically to the store, no matter if it's web browser, app, anything, right? So, and both the app and the store are in tandem, updated together. They're not different. So you won't see any differences besides the way that you interact with them, right? So the app has swiping for scrolling and stuff, right? That versus keyboard, mouse and stuff, right? So that's it. But yeah, good question, especially for newcomers. Yeah, you can access the store wherever you want on the go. So there you go. Download a game, purchase a game, let it download in time if your machine's on at home before you get home. That's what some people do too. People were doing that a lot back in the day. So back in the day, a year ago, so long ago, feels like forever. All right, and that's it. We'll call it there for the day. Have I played Castlevania? Who Prince? You're asking me if I played Castlevania? Yes, I played Castlevania. Symphony of the Night. I played them all, honestly, too. And I watched the series on Netflix even too, which is great. Mostly because I had friends who worked on the show. But anyway, not to go off topic there. Have fun. Have fun this weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. Pick up Tiger Heli if you'd like it. Pick up Evolution Soccer if you'd like it. Montezuma's Revenge. Totally grab them all if you want. They're good prices right now, too. Truxton released last week. That's available, too. Got some other Bash games up there, too. You've got Hot Shots Tennis. You got Rim Rocket Basketball is up there. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, right? So, and if none of those strike your fancy, I'm sorry. But, there's plenty of other games, right? Beat 'em ups. There's Mayhem Brawlers. There's R-Type if you want. Other side-scrolling shooters, too. R-Types are there, of course, too. Kung Fu Master, Dragon's Lair 2, Space Ace. Fun things. So I do have my Dragon's Lair shirt on today. That's why. There's plenty of games on the system. Pick and choose the games that you want. It's the whole point of it, right? So curate your own machine. Till then, I will actually play you guys out with my favorite game right now too, which is slowly becoming everybody's favorite game, which I love, right? So here's some more Truxton for you. Have fun, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.